Hey, thanks for checking out the Swamppappi YouTube channel. Today, we're going to go over your muzzleloader and getting it out of storage. We all know a muzzleloader, every time you load it, you have to shoot it. So that corrosive ammo does a lot of damage. So when you put it up, you gotta check it before you go back out to the woods with it. So I plan on shooting this thing in a few weeks. I've never shot this particular one. I just received this one. An ex-police officer had it, and he gave it to me because he no longer muzzle loader hunts. So everybody I talked to about muzzle loading that had one, they got rid of it because it's a lot of cleaning and a lot of maintenance and things like that. That may be true, but it's no different than an AR. An AR gets nasty. A lot of people say that, especially if you're shooting some steel cased ammo or something, you know. But I'm going to go over this thing. I'll show you how nasty it is. I'll show you what I find on it. Now, this weapon is extremely dusty. I don't know if you can see around the trigger there. It is nasty. Look at how dusty it is. Alright, and right here you can kind of see where the corrosive ammo, the corrosive ammo has eaten away at it a little bit down the sides here. The other side, however, doesn't look to be as bad. I don't know why that is with the corrosion and stuff, but it seems to be okay. I mean, for a free gun, I mean, man, I'm not going to complain a bit. This is an Optima Magnum 50 caliber. So we'll check it out. So there's going to be some stuff you're going to need. One is you're going to need a tool to remove a piece inside of the weapon here. You're going to need that. I use a microfiber towel. You can get these at any automotive part store for $7, $8 for a pack of 3 to 5. But this just doesn't leave any of the fabric all over the rifle. You're going to need anti-seize. Again, I'll show you what this is for. We're going to use this inside the weapon, and it works extremely well, but you got to have this or else you won't never be able to get any of your stuff back out again. I have rim oil. I'm a little old school, so I do use rim oil. I have other types, but I don't know. I've had this stuff for years and years, a couple cases of it, so I've used that. Now, with a muzzle loader, there's a couple things here from CVA. These things are awesome. This one right here is a patch style cleaner. It works extremely. You'll be surprised. I even use this stuff on my ARs or anything. I mean, this stuff cleans a weapon up. Now, the barrel foaming bore cleaner is amazing by CVA. Now, this right here in itself will make you start using your muzzleloader, I promise you. So, we can do another video at the end of that, but after I shoot it, maybe in a week or two, I'll show you how well this stuff works. But I promise you, this will make your muzzle loading experience a lot better, getting these things right here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. Now, you got to remember, a muzzle loader, you have to shoot it. So, be careful when you take it apart. Make sure it doesn't have a hot round in it. You're going to take this piece out with your tool. These don't have to be extremely tight. This one here was kind of, damn, anti-seize on it the last time. This right here is probably one of the most overlooked areas. There's a couple of things I've seen on these that, for one, people don't put anti-seize or oil on them like they're supposed to. Wow, yeah. So this one here is rusty. Look at that. They did not put anti-seize on this at all. So we'll have to clean that out. And you also want to make sure you see daylight in that little hole there. You probably can't tell, but that's what I'm going to use a pipe cleaner for. And then clean up this side as well. You always want to see that hole in there. So anyway, that's one part of it. Now this barrel, wow. I mean, I thought maybe it was the other rifle I looked at, but look at this. I mean, it is nasty. I don't know if y'all can see that, but can you see down in there? Look at all that grit and just blood. It is nasty. So you might see the foaming bore cleaner right now. So I'm going to shake it up really well. I'm going to squirt it down in here. And we're going to just see how it comes up. And you'll notice it's going to start getting the orange rust and everything in it. It's pretty wicked stuff. I mean, it's actually pulling, like, it looks like metal pieces. I don't know if you can see that or not, but hopefully the barrel's okay on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit here for a little bit, clean it, and it'll just stop foaming. And run out the other end. Let me go get a paper towel. Well, I got toilet paper right here. I'll show you. Always keep toilet paper if you're an outdoorsman, you know what I mean? They're always going to be on the shelf, so. But this will kind of, I like shop towels a lot better, but this was just here, y'all, so I'm going to take advantage of it. But let's see how bad this really looks. I'm going to stick it down in the hole. Look at that. That is nasty. But that bore cleaner, that foaming bore cleaner, literally has broken that rust up that quick. I mean, you'll be surprised. So, wow, look, that's as far as I can stick my finger in. That's just crazy. So, I'm gonna let this sit in there a little bit. I'll spray a little bit more. Doesn't really take much, but so I'm gonna take this rifle, put it in the gun vise, and just let it sit here a minute. I don't know if you can see that or not, but let me get that over just a little bit. So I'm going to cramp this down, just let it sit there and soak away, see what it do. Alright, so we went through just the very basics here. It's probably going to have to be edited a lot because it's going to take some time on this weapon. But I have my cleaning kit here. And once this gets through draining out a little bit, we'll start back filming and I'll show you how nasty it really is. Okay, so right now I'm going to show y'all how to take the hand grips off from your stock and trigger assembly, and then we'll take the barrel and we can set it aside and put it on the vise to clean it and make sure everything around the trigger mechanism and the whole gun's just clean absolutely thoroughly. So I'll show you that now. So what you'll do is you can take the sling off if you want to. I think I'll just leave it on just for this case. But right here in the hand grip, there's going to be a screw right here. All you need is a flathead. So I'll get my flathead out and I'll show you. Just unscrew it right here. Be careful not to drop it or you won't never find it again, I guess. Stuff always falls in the weirdest places. Y'all ever notice that? Alright, so anyway, we got that there. I'll set it on the table. Take the hand grip off. It's still hooked to the back end, so I'm going to let it dangle. I'm going to take my ramming rod here, set it on the table. Now if you open the breech up and then push back on it, so the hand grip is kind of what holds it. So right now you'll see it again. I'll push this little mechanism here, open it, and then push back toward the hammer and you're good to go. So the only thing that really holds that in is going to be your hand grips. Pretty simple design, but that's it. So now we'll put it on the vise and then I'll show you how to go from there. Alright, so We ran down through here. We ran it through here probably about 10, 15 times. We're gonna do it a little more. And there we go. Now we'll take our barrel blaster and run it down the inside here. Yeah, I can tell it's going to be nasty, y'all. It is not going to be pretty. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the angle on the area I'm kind of working in so you can see. But the workbench just ain't quite long enough to get me in there and the weapon. So, wow. Now look at that patch and what this cleaner does. That is insane. So I'm gonna double patch it here. Get a little tighter grip. I went through there a little too easy, I think. So. Let's try that. Yeah, that's a little better. Wow. And I'm just going to keep using this until it just gets at least a little better. And we'll run several patches through it. I'm not even going to turn these inside out. A lot of times if a weapon hasn't been neglected as much as this one has, you can just flip the pad around and get a couple more swabs out of it, but in this case, not so much. Then we'll double pad it again, and we'll see. Wow, this takes a little bit of time, but we got it. I'm going to take it and spin it right through here, because I believe a lot of it's going to be right here where the threads are. But as you can tell, it's getting a little better. I'm going to run the brush back down it just to make sure. Hopefully the combination of these will loosen up a little more grime and rust and everything. We'll see. Take my flashlight and see if I can see what it looks like. Oh man. Now y'all, I ain't speeding. I'm gonna show y'all this. I mean, look at the difference. Can y'all see down there? Look at that. That's what that CVA cleaner does. Isn't that amazing? All those horror stories you've heard in the past about how nasty it is. That's not really true. Anyway, it's starting to look really good. I don't know if I'll run a brush down there a few more times just to see. I'll hold it here by hand, and because it's not bad now. All right. Still got a little bit of gunk in it. Alright, so we're going to run a swab down there one more time just to see what happens and go from there. And y'all, been around these things a little while, few years, and it's pretty sick, dude, to shoot one of these things. If you've never shot one or you don't own one, go get one, man. They're really fun. Makes you reminisce a little bit. Makes you think about how them old boys used to carry them around and do it, man, in combat and stuff. And absolutely amazing. Those were real men that did that stuff, you know. But I like to think of stuff like that, so sorry. Alright. So I'm gonna run it back down one more time just to swab and see how it looks. I mean, at least after that swab it's not so bad. I mean, it's still dirty, but you can still see now it's getting a little lighter. I mean, this thing will pick up dirt from here on out, man. And it's not so bad. We'll run a couple more patches through it. Now, I promise you, if they'd kept this up a little better, looks like it's just been sitting here. If they had kept this up a little better, it probably wouldn't be near as hard to clean, but we'll run a few more patches through it. Now, you know, you can make your powder foul by getting too much oil on it and things like that, and that's one mistake I see a lot of people do. I mean, they don't want to put oil inside the barrel because it may foul the powder. I mean, don't put gobs on it, man, but you've got to put something. Anyway, we'll run a new swab down here. I just done it. This thing is cleaning up fairly well. I'll run it through here pretty quick, fast. But look at that, y'all. Just big difference, ain't it? You can see it's working. Now, I'm going to take these, and they're not too dirty, so I'm going to save them and wipe down where I see the corrosion on the outside of this rifle. Clean it real well with this, and then remember, this is a cleaner, so you're going to have to lubricate it when you're done. Make sure we get it all down in here. Now, I don't think anybody's taking this hand grip off in quite a while, so I'm going to clean all that up, just wipe it down. And it's taking some of that little surface rust right off just by hand. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And back here on the back, like I said, this is all the breach area was really bad. I guess that's where your primer is going to be and everything. So anyway, I'm gonna let that soak in, see what it does, make sure it's clean, wipe everything down, and we'll basically, just so we get to the next step here, y'all, I'm gonna let this dry out, and I'll spray a little bit of oil, run it down the outside of the barrel, put a little bit of oil, not much, just a little dab on here, and we'll run it through the inside of the barrel to stop it from corroding and stuff like it did like now this piece right here, you're gonna have to clean this up. I mean, this rust on here is pretty intense, and I did have a hard time getting it loose. I don't know if I have that on video, but I had to have the tool that was supplied with a gun plus some vice grips to get it to bust loose. So that tells you they didn't put anti-seize on it. And then now that I've brushed it, I'm going to take again this bore cleaner, this pad. I mean, that's the one I just cleaned the inside that gun out with. I mean, y'all seen the way it was. And this was not really long, man. It didn't take a long time, so I spend more time than this on my AR, and I clean it every time I shoot it. A lot of people go a long time before they do, but not I. So I'm gonna take this little brush here, clean down in these threads real good, and then make sure that we get all this rust out. You know, rust is like cancer, man. Once it gets there, it's gonna stay there. You gotta cut it out. So that's what I'm doing right now, trying to break it out. We ain't gonna do no biopsy. Hell, I know this is rust. Alright. Big piece there. I'm just spinning it while I'm brushing it here. And getting everything that I can physically see. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now, of course, I'm going to wipe it. Try to get all in these threads that I can. Take it with the toilet paper and y'all might see the difference. I mean, look, so there we go. Alright, now in these threads, you got to stick something in here to clean this out, because this is very hard to clean, and that bore cleaner is going to get all up in them grooves. And you don't want something that cleans something that well to sit in there. So now I'll take my pipe cleaner right here. We're going to stick it inside this piece here just to make sure I can get it in there. And I can. And make sure we can clean everything out. Make sure you can see daylight through it, and I can see daylight through it. So I don't know if y'all can or not, but anyway, that part's clean. It looks really damn near new now. There is a little bit right here where your primer goes in. I got just a little corrosion on the outside, you know what I mean? So the outer edges of it. So we keep a screwdriver right here just for that. I'm going to scrape it, just make sure I can get any of that off. Like I said, once it's there, man, it's just going to keep spreading. So make sure you get it all off. Now, I'm going to go ahead and swab her down here with a little bit of oil. I ain't gonna put too much, I promise you. Some of you may not agree with this, but hey, this is what I do. Not too bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Not bad at all. So, anyway. Alright. Set some of this debris junk to the side. Alright, y'all. Take the rim oil, I'm going to shake it up, spray it down, and do one more coat on the outside. And I don't care, I do the scrub, I do everything. So I just don't want this thing to rust any more than it already has. right there, I'm going to clean this ring. Now right here, I'm going to take anti-seize. We're going to put a little bit on this. I'm going to put it across the threads, kind of rub it in. I do it, and you don't want too much because you don't want it to get squirt out the sides, but I just put it in a few areas, and then it's going to spread once you tighten it down. Now this piece doesn't have to be super tight. Just make sure you got everything. Everything's cleaned out there. All right. Just thread it back in there. Use a little tool here. Screw it back in. And like I said, this don't have to be super tight because you do have to get it back out. And after you've shot it, that's going to tighten up. You know, you're going to get carbon and stuff around it. Now we're going to take the microfiber cloth and wipe the barrel down really well. And I like using these, man. I mean, you don't see all the hairs, man. You can go use your wife's dish towel if you want to. My wife will have that butt, boy. So we're gonna wipe it down, and I would say night and day difference in the way it looks. Man, that's a pretty big scratch there. I guess they done that when they took it apart one time. Alright, so I'm going to set this to the back. But y'all look at it and say what you think first. It don't look too bad. I mean, it's got the scratches. I ain't going to get that pitting out unless we re-blue the rifle. But, I mean, it looks very good. I'd shoot it. And I'm gonna do it. I promise I'm gonna blow it. I'm gonna shoot it. Alright, now the lower here, there's a couple little things looks like needs to be cleaned up. Right around the trigger and stuff, it's kind of carboned up. Right around your pin. So I don't know if you can see that, but now look, I'm gonna hold the trigger. You see how it's all rusty on there? I'm gonna make sure I clean that up. Now you can take that piece out, unthread it, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna show you, but you need like a little Phillips head to get the flathead, I'm sorry, to get that out. Clean up all your threads and then spray this down. Now this is corroded as well, as y'all can see. So all I'm gonna do here is clean it all down. I use basically the same technique for it as the barrel part. Now, let's see if he's ever taken this part out. Oh yeah, he took it out before. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to hold it straight up because I don't want any pieces or anything to fall out. Like I said, this gun's new to me. These muzzle loaders. I'm going to have like a little spring and an O-ring right there. So yeah, you can see the O-ring and the spring. So all that don't look bad. I'm gonna probably spray it a little bit. I got some old man stuff, WD-40 baby. Clean her up. Yeah, right around here. The pin fell out, the firing pin, that's it there. But it was really, really rusty, so got it cleaned up. Drop it back down in there. I'm gonna put and then we'll just thread it back in there. Again, this piece don't have to be super tight either. All I want to make sure is that the pin comes out, the firing pin comes out pretty far. Now the difference, the cleanliness of it and everything, don't look bad. Alright y'all, well anyway, I'm going to reassemble this rifle, this muzzle loader, continue cleaning it. I might get some soap and stuff and clean the stock and hand grips up, but anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping by. It means a lot to me. I am going to do a couple more videos. I have another muzzle loader. It's not really a break action style. It's going to be, it's a little harder to deal with. So this is the one I plan on shooting, and maybe my old man can use the other one, I guess. But I'm going to do a video on camo and the 6.5 Grendel. I want to do that before I even built it, to be honest with you. So hopefully it'll look cool. I want something to make it look different than my regular 5.56, you know. Now the other one, in case y'all wondering, y'all seen some opening and some ending credits or whatever of me shooting my confidence booster. That's just a 5.56. It's a Delton. Maybe I'll do a review on it and let y'all see how it does. It's a pretty wicked gun, especially for the price. But y'all stick with me. I appreciate everything. Please like and subscribe. And Swamppappi Outdoors. Hope y'all get them all, man. I'm gonna try. This sucks. Thank y'all for stopping by. Today we're gonna go over your muzzle loader. Damn, I said She had me so focused on that.